All right, there we go. What's good, YouTube? We're back with another stream, as promised. An hour a day. So right now what we're looking at, I was looking last night before I got on the charts. GU, not really a fan of where it's at and its movement. If we manage to hold this support here, with which really falls in the middle of nowhere, as noted yesterday, we're pretty much holding support at this price gap. And they can't really find or figure out where they want to go as terms of price and momentum. Um, Now, a possible trade that could be taken, I honestly wouldn't even take anything here at all. Uh, Granted, we did break these highs, and it looks like we're getting a retest. But it's just not something I would necessarily be a fan of looking at. Now, we did stop hunt at yesterday's high. So it looks like if anything, it's going to be selling right now. Selling where? Most likely right back into this zone. GJ was one that I did note as a good possible contender today. Um, you see we're heading directly towards that weekly low. When we're that close, I thought it was gonna get there in London. And it looks like what they did was fake out long and New York short. So they set the high of the day in London. Now they're gonna set the low of the day. They're most likely gonna end right here at the weekly low. So it's looking like for GJ, that's going to be something we just let run to the weekly low. Um, and then start to look for long positions right off this low here. Euro USD, yeah, not something I'm a fan of right now. This is way too choppy and it's not looking good. US 30, for those of you guys who follow me on Instagram, US 30 played to a T yesterday where, we had the classic Phyrexia pattern, right? We had a wedge going like this of some sort, right? And we pretty much said, okay, here's our all-time high. We're gonna get a fake out long, and then we're gonna go short to clear these lows, right? If you follow me on Instagram, that's exactly what I said would happen on Saturday, and it happened yesterday precisely. And I caught that play for, check for you, 1,200 pips. I could have. Now, this is where I fucked up, right? So we had this gap here on the hour, and I set my TP there. Then I went to the store, got in the car. This thing already hit TP. Now, that's cool. My projection though was to clear these lows. So if I just set my TP where the projection was, I ignored this gap. Um, we could have caught 2,400 pips. That would have been really nice. Um, Now, as you can see, what US 30 has done now is we've pulled back right into this gap perfectly. Take 50% of that gap. Take 50% of this gap here, and you just see how perfectly price came to that gap. Like it didn't go over, it didn't go under, it came straight to it and is down 1,000 pips now. So I want to see it clear these lows again, or if it's gonna hold it. Because technically we did stop on both sides of US 30, so we'll see. To a T was an understatement. Thank you. Yeah, if you follow me, you know I like to mark up what I think's gonna happen, and majority of the time it happens, and it's pretty fucking crazy. Higher time frame, what I want to see for US 30. Where are these arrows? Higher time frame, what I want to see for US 30 here is, all right, we've cleared these equal lows. Price is showing interest to go lower. We have a price gap here. If we take the fib from the low to the high, we want to wait for these ideal situations. I'm going to have my eyes on this gap here above equilibrium. Um, that's as deep as it needs to go. That's as deep, it can go deeper as a pullback or just continue short. But I want to see what it does here at 34,635. That's going to be my ideal location. But this does look like it wants to go lower on the daily time frame. That gap was just clean. Let me see when that play was. Okay, late London. This was most likely divergent. But I'll show you guys anyways. Yeah, divergent. And I mean, this was a nice pullback here. Just missing plays left and right now, I guess. That's fine. Really, with US 30, I mean, now I don't trade US 30 often, but I do know 930, which is bond open. Um, Things can get a little crazy as far as stop hunts. So I want to see what happens, whether we return back up or stop hunt these lows to go high. This was a clean play on Monday for GJ. Broke, retested, broke structure again, retest to a gap. Um, you can get that there. Now, if you guys are wondering what gaps are, yesterday's stream I gave a pretty good explanation of what they are and how to find them. Um, if you're observant, you would note how I'm framing out gaps specifically and what I'm doing. Um, and they're powerful things. They are very powerful. Once you can adjust your eye to finding them and you know how to properly use them, um, you really can't fuck up. You'll take a couple losses, because everybody takes losses, but they're definitely very powerful, high probability tools. Hmm. So I got a question for, I guess, people who are in here and people um who are gonna watch this later. Just drop it in the comments. Would you be a fan of me creating a Discord, like a community, where you can, well, one, we'll build a nice trading community. You know, kind of see all walks of life and how people trade. And two, um, we can get people to send their charts and we'll review them on the streams. Like as the session is going, we'll kind of see what's going on and what we can see. Um, like I said, just drop in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. I think it'd be dope to build, a nice little trading community. Um, and yeah, it'd be a way to communicate with viewers and get it rocking. Okay, we got a yes. All right, Michael, because you said yes, I'll definitely do it. Um, Shit, even if it's just you, I get, I guess you get that connect. But yeah, no, I'm gonna definitely put it on my I'll put it on my Instagram, the idea as well. I'm gonna do it anyways. 'Cause I wanna see what happens, what we can do. Um, Yo, what's good, Cliff? All right, yeah, I'm definitely going to get that going. GU Long. Um, Now I'm gonna be honest. If I'm looking at GU right now, it's not really something. Now I did note this earlier, right? We broke structure, and just disclaimer: I don't want whatever idea I have to shift your idea. Whatever you have, keep it. Granted, we broke this structure. I just think we're in the middle of nowhere right now. Um, I do think they definitely want to go long to reach the weekly and monthly high. I just don't think they have enough momentum to get up there yet, which is why they're consolidating. Um, but we got to see what happens. I just don't like where it's at. Like I said, we broke higher time frame structure. Uh, yeah, I'm just not a fan of it. And this always helps too. If you're looking at like the higher time frame, like what does it look like in terms of direction? I mean, it's going long here, but with current price feed within like the last 2, 3 days, it's like, where are we going? You know what I mean? Um, I like this. All right, we broke retested. For like real longs, I want to see it get down here to this price gap. Um, but yeah, I just don't think they have enough to go anywhere really right now. I could see this potentially right in here for a long. We'll see what happens here. Okay, we'll see what happens when it gets into that gap for a trade. And that just so happens to be 50% of a wick fill as well. So we'll see what happens. Stay on the 15. We'll wait till it gets there. Just look at dollar real quick. So dollar, as we talked about yesterday, we had these lows. They got cleared. We rallied back up. Now it seems like we're going lower. Um, Again, even with dollar, it's like you don't even really know. Um, it's stuck. It's consolidating. And we'll have to see what happens. You can put a box around it. It's not ideal. Ideally, what I want to see for a dollar though is for it to come down to these equal lows here, and then I think we can get shaken. But right now it's really nothing. It's chalked. I wanted to sell it, but never reached the 50% of my fib. That is good discipline, my friend. Um, the only sell I saw, the only sell I really saw was this, right? Not only did we break structure here, yeah, I mean, this is a stretch. Ideally, this would have had to come right into the gap right here for me to take that sell. But it didn't do that. So yeah, this was a dub of a trade here. I mean, technically it did come to the 50, depending on where or how you placed your fib. GJ heading towards those weekly lows here. Just as we talked about earlier, this is something I'm gonna stay away from until it gets here. Once it gets to this weekly low, I can start looking for longs. Yeah, Michael. Ideally, now everybody plays the fibs differently. But you kind of want to do whatever started that like I guess whatever has more volume or whatever really started that push. Now you could start it here, right? And I mean even from here, we got maybe half a pip to the 50. Um, but if you start from this leg, right, which really started that push down, you get a better gauge. This is more of a scalping fib setup right here. Because you're fibbing this impulse leg going down. US 30, really nothing. You know, it's crazy, uh, just seeing how, yo, what's good, Javon? It's crazy seeing the, how it went from only GU to like, you know, never trading US 30. Like, I was never fan indices to now I'm looking at US 30. I think so far, like on US 30 trades I've taken, I'm 2-1. I've won two US 30 trades, lost one. Um, but yeah, I'm not taking anything on US 30 like I am GU. Like I'm only really taking it when we get to the highs, because you can see when it gets to the highs, it's a super sensitive and really predictive push on what it's gonna do. So we like that. Can you explain your fib levels? Um, sure, I can explain my fib levels. I mean, it's really nothing special. Typically, you have people put they have the 38.2, the 50, 62, pretty much the same stuff. They have the 88 up here. Um, how I look at it is, well, 38.2, that's not even half of a retracement. So it's, most likely what's gonna happen when price rejects off the 38.2, it's definitely coming back for that. Um, and really you want to look at price in terms of equal premium and discount, right? So you got anything below the 50 is a discount, and anything above the 50 is a premium. And that's in price, right? If you're selling something, you want to sell something at the most extreme price, right? If I bought this iPhone for $200, I don't want to sell it for 120, right? That's a discount. I'm not making anything. I want to sell it for the best price that I can sell it for at a premium, whether it be $200 or I can sell it for 220, right? I made a profit. Anything below 50 is a discount, right? So if I'm buying something, say I know this iPhone is worth $200, I want to bargain for 150. I want to bargain for 120. I don't want to buy it for 220, right? Because I'm paying $20 over market price. Um, so that's why I keep the equilibrium there. That's kind of zero, and anything above in a selling condition, right? So let's look at this. Let's look at US 30 as an example, right? So I have the fib from the low to the high, right? Clearly, right now we are in a premium market, right? The market is selling things at a super high price, and they're receiving a high profit off of it. Anything below 50, anything down here, which is an ideal pullback, that is a discount. For me, I want to buy at a discount, right? I'm not going to buy US 30 at $35,000. I want to buy at 34, right? I want to save $1,000 off that. Um, I hope that makes sense, but in terms of like levels, because I'm just seeing what your question really is. I mean, yeah, that it's really what it is, right? You got equilibrium, which is 50%, 62, 70, 79. I don't use the 88. I think once we get past the 79, we are more likely than not going to blow past the entire fib. Um, Now, ideally, what you want to see is the 70 and the 62. And for me, with any trades, it has to be at the 50 or greater. It can't be any less, right? It can't be 38. It can't be up here, right? I'm not taking buys up here. It has to be here in a discounted market. If you guys are familiar with Inner Circle Trader, that's pretty much where I got the concept from in terms of looking at a fib from that perspective and, setting it up. I hope that answered your question though. I mean, there's really no way to truly answer that. All right. Bet. And we are now at bond open, 9:30. So look at US 30 at 9:30, right? Bond open. So when it starts to get pretty crazy. I think what we're doing here now is setting lows to get people to go long. We're probably going to stop hunt into one of these gaps and go short. We're going to clear these lows here and these lows here. Just pull GU. Yeah, I want to see what GU does if it gets down here. I know that's something you don't want to hear, but I think once we get here to this gap, 50%, then I want to see a breakdown. But you see, we're already kind of like struggling now. Like sellers are losing momentum at this point as they're getting to the gap. They're releasing their positions. Hey, nothing wrong with a 15 pip stop. I use 15 pip stops. I think the best thing my mentor has ever told me was don't be cheap. Um, because it goes a long way, right? If you could flex a tight stop, and yeah, they're good, I guess, because you can load the lots. But you want to let a play develop, and with a 3 pip stop or a 4 pip stop, 5 pip stop, you're not giving the trade enough room to do what it wants to do. And you'll notice with like a bigger stop, you'll get stopped out a lot less. Yeah, US 30 short for sure. I would just love to see US 30 get up in here. We'll have to see though. Another form of greed, exactly. Exactly. Okay, so we moved pretty aggressively to that gap. See what we have going on here on the minute chart. Mm. Sorry, Cliff. Let me show real quick, right? The only way long positions would have been favored. Okay. Say we push to this gap. That's so, right? What would be key here is not pulling when it gets there, but waiting for a break of structure, right? Our structure point that we would have had to break is here, right? Once we break in that structure, we need a retest. So once we've come off this gap and broke this structure, we need a retest. Then we can go along. I think, going long off of wicks here, especially with all this momentum, it really wasn't favored long. That's kind of why it's better to always wait those extra. Shit, if you gotta wait an hour for a break of structure and a retest, do it. I mean, like, it's gonna save a loss, it's gonna save the frustration, it's gonna save the guesswork. Because once you know you've broken structure, and once you know, okay, all I gotta wait for is a retest, you eliminate the guesswork. At that point, is the market gonna go this way or is it not? And that's the only thing you have to accept, you know. Um, but yeah, I think now this is just going short. And I mean, if you look at the other pairs, right, whether it be Euro or even GJ, GJ is short. And now we've actually approached this weekly low, which I said, okay, now we could look for longs here. Um, we'll just have to see what it starts doing. This weekly low is there's a lot of liquidity there at that weekly low. So we'll just have to see. And I mean, this is the same scenario. We have structure here. We would need that break and that retest, and we can go home off that. So yeah, I'll be looking at GJ now. Um, this play probably won't even happen until tomorrow or even later today. We'll see. I think GJ will want to get here. All right, test gap. That's where we'll probably start to see longs. Let me actually do something. Damn, GU is just melting right now. So this kind of looks like the if you look at how Asia, London, New York, right? Kind of have Asia session here. London breakout, stop hunt the high, and bro, yeah, at this point you're long, you might as well close or uh start closing the like close mini lots depending on what lot you're using. I wouldn't take this hit. I mean, you see the direction that it's going. Yeah. Save yourself the extra few dollars. This thing is definitely clearing these lows. I can say that for sure. All right, we've got to that gap for GJ. At least close to it, so we'll see. US 30. I wish I held that US 30 position. London was actually really clean for GU. Um, we broke structure here. Retest to the gap. Yeah, that was clean. That was really clean for GU. What was your mistake, Mike? Next time you won't make the same mistake. Well, I mean, now you know, right? I actually can't believe I missed this. I was looking at fucking. I was looking at US 30 or something and missed it. But hey, I mean, there's tomorrow, there's Thursday, there's Friday. At this point, you just accept what is happening in the markets, and you just got to be grateful that you didn't lose anything. You know, you got up, get on the charts. That's it. Just look for the same thing tomorrow. The worst thing anybody can do is, I missed the trade. Now let me try to hop in. Let me hop in here. We can go lower, and now you're fine. Now you're sitting. Now you're sitting in drawdown. Now you're pissed off because now you're chasing price, and that's just not good. That was me at one point. That was me. Shoot, 7 months ago probably. Yeah. Everything is just chalked. Everything is chalked. GU looks like it's giving a potential retracement play, but I don't like the way that 15-minute wick looked like. We got a minute on that. Alright, this is possible. We get a retracement here on GU up to the 50, which just so happens to fall within this gap. Right, this one here. And also retest this structure here. And take a nice short for about 20 pips to yesterday's low. You just pulled what, bro? A long or a short? What'd you just pull, Cliff? You scared me. Well, you're scaring me. You went long again, bro. What what in this scenario is telling you long? Hey, Chad, I'll be right back. All right. So your zone's in dollar. Well, dollar's bullish, which would mean GBP short. We're approaching this zone. Fucking a gym trying to cold call me. Asking me if I ever activated a guest pass. Yeah, you know I activated a guest pass because I was there and I talked to you. But yeah, bro, I think dollar's pretty bullish right now. GU is pretty bearish right now. So I said like, man, the best thing to do is just wait for a break of structure. You have no break of structure now. I mean, there's no break of structure to the upside. There's break of structure to the downside, right? We broke here, we've broken here, we're approaching here, right? So everything in this situation is telling me short. If I'm looking at anything, I'm looking for a pullback short, right? Wherever we get it. There's no break of structure to the upside saying long. That's why, like, it's cool to have zones, right? Depending on where you learn, who you learn from. You can have zones, it's cool. It gives you a gauge of where you want to see price react off of. What you need from that point is a system, right? You need a system, right? Yes, price is going to come to that zone, but you can't just go shooting the gun when it gets there. Like, you need a system when it gets there. Okay, when it gets to the zone, what do I need to see, right? Whether it's specific price, like price action that you like, or regarding a system, like a break of structure to ensure, okay, we are going in this direction off the zone, and then a retest. That's really important. Because I used to get killed like that. Price gets to a zone, I see, red, yellow, green, or whatever, and I'd pull and I'd get killed from things like this, not realizing that momentum is clearly bearish. Yes, we're at a zone, but now what do I need to see there, right? A break of structure, right? A break of structure and a retest. I hope it helps too. Like I'm not flaming or anything. Like it's real shit, right? Because considering you just took a 15 pip hit, trying to go long and then going long like within 10 minutes again, like it's clear you didn't sit down and really analyze what went wrong there. You came in with a long perspective and now you want to go long the entire time. I was in those shoes. I was in those shoes. You just got to realize maybe price or the market sentiment isn't going in the direction that you think it's going to go. That's why I do these streams, bro. Because there was no one saying what I'm saying for free. And when I was in those shoes, right, there was no one to say. It's kind of like realization. And then obviously paying to understand information like this. But you need a system, it's key. And I think the most easiest system for anybody to gauge is just a break of structure, right? Anywhere at its own break of structure to give you ensure that it's going in a certain direction off that zone. Let me just see if I were to go short. And see, here's the thing. If I were to charge for what I'm saying, nobody would pay for it. Nobody wants to pay. And I'm too real. We reached 50% there. See if we can get here. See what Jiju. Let's see what GU can do. I'm gonna GU short. So my stop loss for this trade is 14 pips. I'm going for 28. So 1 to 1. Once we get 13 pips in profit, I'll put my stop loss break even. Got 6 minutes left on this candle. Oh, did it just eat me? It might have just eaten me. I think GJ was the cleanest here. Right off that gap. It's most likely I like this 79. Right at the 70. Could have got a same type of deal. Come on, GU. Pulled off the 50, bro. I don't use 38. Equilibrium 50%. I don't really like those wicks though. These ones here. Now they're just like slow rolling. I just need to get to 13 pips so I can put my stop loss to break even. Then I really don't care what it does. Come on, GU. And GJ was clean too. I think GJ was the cleanest. For sure. EU pumping more liquid than GU. That's crazy. But nice pullback. I'm gonna choke my stop up. 14 pips. Choke it up to this right above here. 3 pip stop. I mean, truthfully, if we get back up here again, it's pretty much it's curtains. Um, Difference between US 30 Pro and Cash. I think Pro is just if I'm not mistaken, there's like no spread. I'm not really sure, honestly. I think it's just tighter spreads. It's all the same stuff though. GJ giving some nice price action, stepping down here. I really like how clean that was on the H1. Alright, G, what are you doing here? Come on. Stop playing. Stop fucking playing. Just put my stop loss break even, either way. It's late in the session. It's kind of acting up right here. So we'll see. It's either gonna go short or it's not. This is what it is. So I look at my phone, look up, and be just smacked, take profit. That'd be nice. Chat, what's going on with this GG bullshit? Should've just took EU. US 30 just coming back, wrecking souls. But it did exactly what I wanted it to do. It's perfect. Yeah, well, I want a CGU push down. I mean, please. I think we've broken enough structure to get it lower. Um, we've retested to previous structure and a gap. So I mean, yeah, I want to see it go lower as well, but Hey Mike, you're playing the game. What game you playing, bro? Respect for even being on here while playing the game. I fucks with that. What you play, Warzone? Hey chat, who plays Warzone here? Oh, 2K. Alright. I'll bust your ass in 2K. Yeah, I stopped it at 2K20. I don't care for it anymore. Warzone came out, kind of stopped with the it's like the only game I can play now. It's crazy. FIFA's tough. I like FIFA. I actually really do like FIFA. Yeah, I'm gonna cap. I think I play Warzone like every day. Like after this stream, probably play Warzone, work out later, more Warzone. I don't know, it's just I got a nice squad, so you know. Yeah, that is true. You can't pause Warzone. Yeah, after the stream, go play some Warzone. That's what I do. Got my squad ready. We all trade, you know what I mean? When we're done, get on Warzone. Get some dubs. Play Rebirth though. I'm done with Verdansk. Yeah, GU's looking like a dub. So I got my stop loss at break even. I just like why is it moving so slow right now? Yeah, I mean any like this late in the session you gotta expect slow momentum. It is what it is. But yeah, I don't know. Well, Wow, please tell me I wasn't muted the entire time when I was talking about news. There we go. I can't hear what you're saying. Okay, that's great. Pretty much I was looking at news for tomorrow. Um, it's today Wednesday? Fuck. Today's only Tuesday. All right, tomorrow. Um, tomorrow we got some low impact. We got things happening later in New York session, so it's not really of concern. Thursday, what I'm going to be interested in is the interest rate decision for GBP. That's really going to make it move. And then we have jobless claims at 8:30. Um, it's going to be a tricky Thursday as far as GU goes because we have high impact news coming out at 7 and then high impact news coming out at 8:30. So it might be a little. I think GJ is going to be the best favor there. Then we got Friday. We got NFP at 8:30. It's going to be pretty crazy. Um, and then yeah, like I was saying, next week I probably won't be streaming because I'll be down in South Carolina for the week. So probably just gonna take that week off to recollect my mind, spend time with family, and then come back even stronger. But yeah, so we got Thursday and Friday are gonna be pretty crazy days. Hey, yo, Jeff, you from Camden, bro? That's fucking crazy. That's crazy, bro. Yeah, I'm in Pennsauken, so that's not too far. You know Will Diaz, you probably do. I think he went to Leap. We went to college together. Got you. Okay. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. I just looked you up on Instagram because you sounded familiar. Saw Camden, New Jersey. That's crazy. But yeah, pretty much we just waited for GU to reach equilibrium. We got that. We also got to retest the previous structure. It's just this trade is kind of, yeah, I mean it's most likely gonna hit my break even. And I don't care because it's break even. I didn't lose anything. You're from South Africa. Uh, I've definitely heard of South Africa. It's pretty cool, bro. What time is it over there? Is it? It's gonna sound stupid. Is it nighttime? Trade at night? Nah, I don't think it'd be. I think that should be. Oh yeah. You're blessed you don't have to wake up for London. Listen, I'm blessed I don't wake up for London anymore. I don't wake up for London no more. Unless I'm like already up playing Warzone. I have the charts up, and then I'll be playing Warzone. Be like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, oh, we gotta play, and then I'll. Then that's the only time I'll take a trade for London. But I don't wake up for it anymore. It's honestly crazy. Like in the beginning, like when I first started, the only time I could trade was London because I had work at 4 a.m. So I'd get up at 2 a.m. every day, trade London before work, and that's still like that's probably like the first 4 months every day. Like shit, I'd go to sleep at like 12. I'd go to sleep at 12 and wake up at 2 and then go to work for 8 hours, bro. I would be slumped. Slumped, slumped, slumped. Full-time trader? Yeah, that's what I do. You know Will. Yeah, good Diaz, right? I see you follow him. Yo, what's good, PJ? Yeah, bro. Shout out to Will. I mean, he's in the crypto industry, but we went to college together, and he actually put me on to Forex. I mean, granted, we started IML, of course, but if it wasn't for him even putting me onto that, it wouldn't be where we are. We wouldn't be where we are today. But yeah, we were actually roommates. Um, good man, bro. Like that's my boy. Wait, Jess, so you're on the stream and you're working right now? Yeah, Julian Perez, Crypto Jewel. Man, I remember I had a friend, my boy Jadakiss, you probably know him too. Um, he bought he bought Julian's course when Julian had a course. Bro, this man was just repackaging um this man was just repackaging Q-Banks and Astro Effects. It's like if I sold a course and I was just giving you other people's content. Like what that doesn't really do anything. Um I mean much respect to him, he's killing the markets, but yeah, bro, I mean like you gonna make a course, make a course. You know, put your time into that shit. But yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, Jadakiss is like probably one of my best friends. Went to high school together. We talk every day. But yeah, man, IML was, man, what a shit show IML is, huh? I mean, no disrespect to anybody in it. I mean, now we got Real Rise, this new thing, just pretty much a repackaged IML with better educators. I'll give them that. Like you have Arch of GLFX, he's like the main educator. But man, I thought we were done with that. You know what I mean? I truly thought a lot of people who the proper education and now know how to trade. Like, why are you going back to a MLM? Especially after you know what it does to people. Especially when you know you were a victim of it at one point. You know what I mean? I'm just not a fan of it, but I just think if you know how to trade, there's really no reason to do that. Yeah, literally everything but trading. It's like if I got on here saying we're gonna do a live trading stream, but I only talk to you about getting on the phones and recruiting people. So you know it is. The whole time I'm gonna talk to you about spirituality,